All right, so here's something I'm working on. Here's an oak neck that I made with a 1.5 oak. And then using the 1/2-inch round over bit, I rounded over these edges here so that I have a nice smooth taper all the way down. Okay, but what I like is I like it to be a little thinner here at where the headstock is, and then have a subtle taper coming up to the heel. So what I did is, using the aggressive side of the Shinto, right, I just kind of carved out a little notch right here, right behind the headstock. And it's about, let's see, about 1/8 of an inch deep here. And so now, using the Shinto, I'm going to subtly taper it from here to here to this depth right there. All right, so when I get near the end, I get one of my little round files, and then I'm just, my eyeball is up here, and I'm looking down the length of it, and I can see there that I hardly didn't remove anything from here, right? And then as it became up the neck, I took more and more and more off all the way up to here, and you can hardly even tell. In fact, it's such a subtle thing that if you're not really looking for it, you won't really see it. But it is thinner, about 1/8 of an inch thinner here, and like I said, if you're not looking for it, you won't see it. But when you're playing it, you can definitely feel the difference. Plus, what I like is that it gives you this kind of transition here from neck into headstock on the back side. I just think it looks cool as well. All right, this is probably the best angle for you to see that taper, but if you can see just right below the headstock, how it curves down and then it slowly tapers all the way to the heel. And like I said, it's nearly imperceivable, but when you're playing, it makes all the difference in the world in feel. And then once I get the shape where I want using the files, I just get a regular flat piece of wood and fold some sandpaper around it. This gets out any bumps or any unevenness or any little file marks, or this makes it all smooth and all blendy. And then of course I gradually work myself up to finer and finer and finer grit sandpaper. There's a couple of cool tricks you can do. You can use your hand, right? Curve this thing around, right? And then go to town this way. That way it kind of matches your hand. Or you can just rest the sandpaper on the edge of your soft bench here, right? I have carpet on mine, and then push it up and down on the, and the nice thing about having it soft is that it kind of curves. So it's not just a hard surface. And then one other cool trick is getting these spongy things, sponge blocks, and then the same thing here. You can, use these kind of curve as well, so you get kind of like the soft curvature feel. But anyhow, whichever method you do, you just want to go increasingly finer and finer grit sandpaper till eventually it's as smooth as glass. All right, I'm pretty much done. You can get all nitpicky and really go OCD if you want, and just get every little bump that you see out. One of my tricks here is that I put it up here and I kind of spin it around, right, as I'm sanding, and that way I can kind of look. Now I use all my eyes, both eyes, one eye. I look at it every which way possible, right? And I'm looking for uniformity and evenness in the taper. Right, and again, it's all about being subtle, right? So I'm constantly, you know, looking and feeling, making sure it's smooth, and man, I'm telling you what, I'm happy with that. It's like damn near perfect. And then of course the ultimate is the feel. Feel it all the way up and down. Man, and I'm telling you, man, it's a subtle nuance, but it makes a huge difference in the feel. All right, now comes the worst part, cleaning up this mess.